sent me a message. I was on follower for 7K. Nice. Abdul. Salam alaikum. Oh, baby. Can you check? Yeah. Damn, this one's now is black. Let me see. What if we do portrait? Alright. Facebook, you're cooked. YouTube. Oh. Facebook. Oh, I see. I gotta go live. Damn, this shit is clear. Can you hear it? I gotta go live. Wow, 26 views already. 31 views. Boys. Alright, boys. I'm ready. This shit is clear. What's it called? Facebook is tripping. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. Actually, I'll keep an eye on Facebook to see if it comes on. Alright, I'm ready for questions. Oh, Alec, what's up, man? What's up? Let's go paint some stuff. Let me zoom this in. No, I need to see the comments. Pair channels. Oh, there we go, chat. Embed chat. Wow, I have a lot to learn. Yeah, I have to read all the comments separately because I don't know. Yeah, I have to read all the comments separately because I don't know. Thank you, baby. National Geographic. I can't believe Instagram's live, man. That's wild. Alright, boys, I'm ready for the questions. Luke said, what's up? Lando said, what's up? Let's see who else said, what's up? This is terrible. Nice. Probably the Verizon outage. Does David make a lot of mistakes? T-Dog. Come on, man. David's a G. David never makes any mistakes. Alec Misanya. What's up, OG? What's up, OG? I remember they called you Viper. Igor and Vlad called you Viper. And then one day I tried to call you Viper, and then Igor didn't like that. As a trucker, what do you think of TQL, and how has your experience gone? Maybe they're asking about TQL. TQL is the worst of the worst. Okay, they don't know how to communicate. Let me tell you some of the problems they have. First, when they post their loads, they usually post it like 100 miles away because they're just trying to get desperate carriers to make the deadhead. And then when they send you the rate confirmation, you realize that you have to deadhead 3 hours. And then when you tell them about it, they're like, oopsie poopsie. Sucks for you. How do I get this audio loop? There we go. There we go. I think this is going to go away. Another TQL thing is they're not responsible. They are not responsible whatsoever. Meaning, they'll post a load and they said, no, the shipper is open on Saturday. You can go there, they're on load. I just talked to them, they're open. And then when you get there on Saturday, TQL doesn't pick up the phone. Obviously, the shipper or the receiver is closed. And then on Monday, when you try to get a hold of them, you get a different broker because they have 3 million brokers. And then the new broker is like, oh yeah, I don't know who that was. I didn't tell you anything. Therefore, we're not responsible. So, but yeah, TQL in general is terrible. The only good thing about TQL is that if they have to pay, they will pay. If they have to move a piece that's wide, and they're desperate, they will pay way above market value. You just have to catch them in a bad moment, and then they'll be able to hook it up. Somebody's asking me, what am I doing? Oh, here we go. I got questions. What are you still trucking? Not right now. Right now I'm trying to learn how to stream. But we'll see. Time will tell what's going to happen in the future. What are you doing? I'm trying to stream. Why? For good measure. What are you doing today? Oh, Dorian, you keep asking the same question. Landon said, what's up? Can you make a new video so I can eat my food to watch it? New video in short form or new video in long form? Because I don't know what you want from me. Huh? Oh, Max, you're the worst. Okay, you need to immediately quit this brokerage and go find a different way to make a living. Okay, TQL is the worst thing that's happened to transportation. Somebody needs to drop a nuke over there in Cincinnati to destroy their warehouse or their place, and so they can. I'm joking. This is a little excessive. A lot of times what happens in like El Paso or wherever there's no loads, is you got TQL, okay? So they save you here and there. Oh, I said, what's up? What's up? How you doing? TA Trans in the house. What it is, what it ain't. Where's Osman at, man? Tell Osman jump on. We're going to try to book some loads. Oh, Alvil is here. Shut the front door. What's up, girl? I work for TQL. I'll be honest. You're correct about catching them low. I'm the one calling people back to overpay when shit can get covered. Max, I take back what you said. I take back what I said. You're the man. We must get TQL to pay at all costs, okay? They never pay, and we got to get them to pay. It's only fair. But also try to communicate better. I'm not saying anything about you, but literally every single time I work with TQL, it's been a nightmare trying to not get a hold of them, but more importantly, get accurate information, right? If you need something or if you're... Anyways, yeah. All right, Max, let's look at your other comment. Well, I work on one of the bigger accounts. I try to be fair as I can with everything. We have the money, so we can. Right, yeah. If you are an experienced broker, this is what I never understood. As a dispatcher, when I called to book loads, the broker says, oh, this is all the customer's paying. And then I say, I wasn't the one handing out quotes to the shipper saying I can cover it for $1.50. This is not my problem. Okay, the carrier has a lot of expenses, and there's a certain rate per mile that we break even at. And then obviously we're not out there for fun. We need to make a profit. So if a carrier can deliver a load for 2.5, why in the world are you quoting the shipper 1.5? You know what I mean? And then you're mad at the carrier because we won't book the load. Anyways, Max, bro, I'm trying out here. Max is the man. Boys, go follow Max. He works for TQL. But he says he hands out fair rates, so I'll take his word for it. I don't think I've ever hauled anything for Max, but we'll take his word for it. Communication is ridiculous. It's because you have a bunch of young people who can't tell the truth. That's interesting. What do you think about that? Young people that can't tell the truth because they're scared. They're scared to lose the account. Because if they lose the account, they'll get fired. And then TQL can replace a broker in the heartbeat, okay? They got thousands lining up every single day. So, Khaled, what is the most thing you like and hate with brokers? Well, guys, I don't know why I'm answering all these broker questions. I'm just a driver. What do I hate about brokers? I wish the driver had a second round of negotiation. There are times when the dispatcher negotiates with the broker. They book the load, they get the reconfirmation, they sign everything. Once we have the information, the driver gets the information. But sometimes when I show up to the shipper and the load paid $3 a mile, I'm looking at the thing that I have to do. I'm considering where I have to drive. I'm considering if it's mountains or if it's weather or if it's oversized or if it's heavy or if they're trying to put on more freight than they're supposed to. I quickly think like, okay, yes, we could do this, but it is not worth $3 a mile. I'd rather just leave. And I wish there was a second round of negotiation based on what the driver thinks. I know this is fantasy land. I know that's not how the world works, but if you're asking me what do I hate or what would I change, that's it. El Raya Smiths. Brother, if you don't mind me asking you, have we met? Have we met in person? I'm at Route 1 making money, baby. Yeah, Route 1's good. Route 1 will take care of you. But you got to take care of them, okay? You got to look out for them, too. Don't get no speeding tickets. Speaking from experience. Anyways, Max, what's up, man? 90% of the time you're talking to a trainee. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. They have a number in front of them, whatever number is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Another thing is when I book the load, I haven't been a dispatcher in 3,000 years. But when I'd call, you can like almost tell, not almost, you can definitely tell that they have a script in front of them and they're like reading it line by line. Sometimes they make a mistake. That's how you know they're like fresh. And you ask them a question and you can feel them processing it, and then they spit something out back at you like a little AI agent or something. Anyways, yeah. So they have a number in front of them, whatever number that is to sell. Oh, here's something else that's crazy about TQL. This is something that I don't think I will ever understand. I have a problem at the shipper. I know my dispatcher is more than busy. He's handling business. He's changing the world. He's doing God's work, okay? We can't interrupt him at any cost. So more than likely, I have to fix my own problem. So if I have an issue, I call the broker, which let's assume it's TQL. As soon as the dude picks up the phone, he says, hey, let me connect you with the broker. In my mind, I'm like, who the hell are you? If you're not the broker, who have I been talking to if I haven't been speaking to the broker? But yeah, that's probably explained by the whole, like there's a lot more trainees than there are competent people. And more often than not, if you're on the carrier side, you're going to be talking to a rookie, huh? Oh yeah, Ruslan, would you recommend switching from a step deck? Brother, Ruslan. What's a short name for Ruslan? Yeah, but like something like slang. Rusik. No, Ruslan, sorry bro, I don't want to disrespect you, man. You're probably a grown man. For me to call you by that cute nickname is a little bit fishy. Would you recommend switching step deck? Bro, all day, every day. You just have to be a little bit more attentive. Okay, step deck, there's a lot of stuff that you can get away with. I won't get into the details because I'm not trying to get FBI knocking down this door. But yeah, RGN will always make more money than step deck. Oh, what's up, man? Levi. What it is, what it ain't. Long time no see, man. How you doing, brother? I switched my number. Anyways, yeah, if you want, you can send me a DM. We'll chop it up. We'll talk about California burritos that we used to get at Miramar. For the fam. I'm a freight broker, by the way. Khaled. The real question is if you're a good freight broker or if you're a bad freight broker. You can't just say, I'm a freight broker, okay? There's some segregation going on between the two. You got to pick a side. And, Khaled, if you say you're a good broker, I need some proof, okay? I need some rate confirmations that are above $4 a mile. If you're not, I don't want to say gouging. If you're not effectively negotiating with shippers and fighting for the carrier, not the shipper. Screw the shipper, bro. If they can't afford the truck, then that's their problem. They need to shut down their business. I know that's easier said than done, but yeah, as long you would be considered a good broker if you're fighting more on the carrier than more for the carrier than for the shipper, the customer, bro. Fuck them. Nope. But I'm at Route 1 because of your videos, 12K every week. My boy, El Raya Smith. I'm going to say El Raya. I hope I didn't mess that up. Boys, check it out. My man is saying he watched my videos, okay? He got inspired by maybe my results. A lot of people are not inspired. A lot of people tell me to go back to my country, but let's just ignore those people for a second and let's focus on the positive ones. This gentleman looked at my videos. He said, "You know what? Route 1's doing a good job. I'm gonna go see what it's all about. See if they say see if the word on the street is true that you can make 12 racks every week with Route 1." And he found out that it's true. It's true that you can make 12K every week. But for all you rookies watching right now, I want to remind you that you need to bring your goddamn work ethic to Route 1. Okay, Route 1 they're not some kind of miracle worker where if you're lazy and you don't want to drive and you don't want to go in the mountains and you don't want to go to California and you want to sleep goddamn 37 hours a day, like there's nothing that they can do for you. But if you have a little bit of work ethic, you can make some good money. Ruslan, what's up, G? I see you're back. Would you recommend switching? Oh, is that you asked me again? Yeah, all day. RGN's the best. I wish I would have switched sooner. Max, what's up, man? Basically, some people aren't allowed to call customers. I see. Yeah, that's probably a good strategy to keep the rookies in line. Tell them to stay off the phone. That's why you get transferred. They freeze up and they say, "Oh," and kick the call to someone like me. It's really easy to just have to fix the damn problem when it comes up. Max, man, it seems like you've been in a game for a long time. Why don't you go start your own brokerage, man? Your bond is super cheap. It's like $1,500. Well, 15 is what you pay, but I think you need $75,000 coverage. And then for you to get your MC is super easy. And you guys don't get audited. Like as a carrier, you have to pass audits. You have all these compliance nonsense. And you have CSA points. You get tickets and it's ugly. Okay, there's a 3 trillion moving pieces as a carrier. But as a broker, bro, if you know how to negotiate, if you know how to do sales calls, and if you don't mind hiring a couple of people to help you, which you're already doing, you're already managing a fleet, a mini fleet within a fleet, then man, if you got the experience, why don't you open up your own brokerage, bro? Oh, what's up, G? Give us a story about frozen fish and dry van. This is like a whole TV show. Okay, that was intense. We can make a movie out of this. Boys, basically, I was a rookie. I'm still a rookie in a lot of people's opinion. But back in the day, we did dry van. And we dispatched ourselves. We ran under our own MC. Okay, this is before Route 1. This is before a lot of things. This is when I was still fired up about buying 3 trillion trucks. We drove dry vans and I was doing the dispatching. One day I decided to take a peek into the reefer side and see what the rates were, right? Because if dry van is getting paid, this is the good market, by the way, 2021. If dry van was getting paid $4 a mile, I wanted to see if it's worth to get a reefer and roll for $5 or $6 a mile. And so I switched the DAT load board to reefer. And then I took a look. Maybe I found something. Maybe I didn't. Doesn't matter. What matters is that next day, or maybe even that day, I logged back into DAT to cover one of the drivers. I see a load. I book it. It was coming out of Oregon, going to Massachusetts somewhere for 11 or 12,000. I can't remember. And the broker's like, "Yeah, they're ready. The load is ready to be picked up. You guys can go grab it." So we booked the load, but I didn't read in the rate confirmation that it was a reefer load. There was a temperature in there, It said that it's fish. Okay, it's common sense that fish belongs in the reefer. But I was trying to get rich. Okay, I was too busy to read the Raycon. Okay, I got things to do. And yeah, man, halfway on my trip to Wyoming, we have a lot of blood. We have a lot of blood coming out. Actually, we had a breakdown. That's what happened. We had a breakdown in Wyoming. And then I had to call a wrecker. But you have to wait for the wrecker. So we decided to stroll around. And then, David, what happened to David? Boys. Anyways, guys, there was a claim. Obviously, there was a claim because I destroyed a truck full of fish. Truck full of fish, okay? If you look up a truckload of fish, let me look it up. This is important. This is important information for this story. If I loaded, ChatGPT, if I loaded 48,000 pounds worth of fish into a dry van and all of it was destroyed in transit because the temperature wasn't right, not generally speaking, but approximately, considering fish to be, average, not too expensive, not too cheap, what would be the cost of this cargo that was lost in transit?
For a rough idea, if we consider average wholesale fish prices, let's say a few dollars per pound, 48,000 pounds might translate into something in the ballpark of a couple $100,000. A very rough ballpark might be around 150,000 to 200,000. But exact numbers would depend on the type of fish.
Boys, you heard the lady, okay? She said it depends on the fish. But we can safely assume that I destroyed $200,000 worth of fish. And I think the broker obviously was furious. She was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you, there were so many red flags. One, there's the conversation with the broker. Two, there's me not reading the rate confirmation. If I would have read it, I would have seen it. Three, when you arrive at the shipper, when in the world are you supposed to load frozen fish into the dry van? None of these things clicked for me, okay? Because I was trying to get rich, boy. Anyways, that's it, boys. Oh, the broker took the hit. The broker, here I am talking about how bad TQL is. Maybe I should talk about how bad of a driver I am. In fact, at that time, I was a fleet owner, okay? We had 5 trucks, and that was a bad doozy. Anyways, the broker called. He said, look, man, we're doing a claim, and I think it was like $3,000. But the broker was kind enough to split it. By the way, at this moment in the marketplace, okay, the carriers had all the power, because there was so much freight that needed to be moved and there's not enough carriers. And so maybe that's why they were so nice to us. But if I made that same exact mistake today, I think I'd go to prison, okay, because the broker would hold no responsibility, but the shipper also would be pissed. And so, but somebody has to pay for $200,000 worth of fish. It's an equivalent of wrecking a bridge and then running away and saying, oopsie, it's not my fault. It's always going to be on the carrier. Anyways, that's it, guys. Story's over. Story time's over. Javi, thanks for watching the videos, bro. Where's my boy David at? Oh, I showed you a picture of him. He's in Columbus right now. I was actually there earlier this week. Keep up the videos. Waldner, may I ask which videos you're talking about? Because recently I had a transition into a different style of content. Are you talking about old videos that I used to post of me being reckless, or the reaction videos? Oh, nice, Max. My bad, man. Took me a while to get back to you. Goal is to start my own. I need to get some experience capital to do that. That's what I'm saying, bro. To get your own bond, it's $1,500. To get the paperwork going, it's another $500. $300 for DOT, and then plus or minus, whatever. Get a business phone number, go to GoDaddy, get a domain, that way you don't look scammy, and you're good to go. Or is it harder than that? I've never ran a brokerage, so I don't know. Oh, I see, you've been in it for almost 2 years. I got you. Where my key to the excavator? Nice. Yeah, they ended up giving me the key. I ended up rolling with it, so Wasn't too bad. I need my excavator key. U2 logbook using. No, I have one logbook. And then I won't say anything else, okay? I don't want to go to jail. I'm a professional. All right, boys, there's no more questions. I've been on